Hey, man. I've had a ministry for a number of years called Moriah Ministry. And I based it on the Mount Moriah. That's why I named it Moriah Ministry. That's where Abraham in the Old Testament took Isaac to sacrifice him on the mountaintop because God told him what to do. God told him to do it. God told him to be obedient. And it talks in that about Abraham's love for his son. And so I started a ministry for reconciliation for fathers and sons. And that ministry grew and enhanced, and I ended up doing mentoring for a number of men and counseling to help men overcome the obstacles in their life, the holdbacks, the things that keep them from moving on, the things that they struggle with every single day as men. So I put together a 5-part video series, and I want you to get it. I want you to trust me enough to get it, because it's about a 35 to 40-minute video, each one, talking about the challenges we face as men today. And one thing I know with men, they don't necessarily like to discover. We don't like to go and figure out what is it about our life that needs to change, or even journey back into our life so that we can find the things that we can overcome, so that struggle is less painful than regret, that we don't live this life of regret. So I want to challenge you, men, to get this series. I'm going to talk about discovery. In discovery in our life of our holdbacks, there's conviction, and there's conviction, and there's action. And we take action to change so we can be a better dad, so we can bless our kids for 7 generations, our grandkids and their grandkids. We're also going to talk about communication. What does it mean to communicate as a man, especially with women, with our spouses, and with our children? And we're not good communicators. We're fixers, but we're not good communicators. We're going to talk about how to do that. We're going to talk about the 5 characteristics of Christian men. What are the 5 characteristics that make someone that following Christ in our lives, and that God blesses? We're also going to talk about something I've always struggled with, and that's trust and faith and patience. We're going to talk about that's a challenge for men. That's a big obstacle, is patience. We want to fix it. We want to get it done. We'll get it done. If it is to be, it's up to me. We're going to talk about what God says about that. We're also going to talk about the whole idea of prayer. Coming before the throne of God as a man, knowing that our lives need to be right to do that. And coming before God's throne, because he says, come to me. Those of you that are weary, heavy laden, my yoke is light. And we're going to talk about the importance of prayer. So I just wanted to get on here for a couple of minutes and encourage you. Do me a favor and trust me when I tell you need this 5-part series. It's not because I did it, but I can tell you, with the pain and the arrows that have been shot in my life, for me to be able to talk about some of the things that have helped me to overcome, and not only financially successful, but to be able to build a life with 3 beautiful children who we passed on a blessing to, which I knew nothing about that prior to really getting close to God. And men, we got to be accountable to one another. And I'm going to call you to accountability right now. And I'm going to tell you, get this series and spend each day that you do in that video and listening and engaging with me. And I promise you, it'll get us on a journey. I'm going to be putting out some more stuff, because you know what? To me, this is a warrior's journey. And I want you men to be warriors today. I want you to be the king of your household, and not in the sense of authority, but in the sense of influence. So join me on this journey. God bless you guys. Get this series today, and let's get started growing together.